talk about how to build a six-figure income, how to develop into a six-figure earners. Most of what I teach, as you probably know, it revolves around social media. Why? Because to me, it's been the greatest invention for a network marketer. Build a brand, attract people. They're trying to attract leads. They want to attract sales online. Like, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if you don't want to leverage social media to build a business, what else you got to do? You got to do home parties. You got to go knock on doors. You got to cold call people. Look, you can do those things. I just think those things suck. That's why I had MLM PTSD, because I was doing those things, not the knocking on doors, never did that. But I did a lot of cold calls, and I would pull like business cards off bulletin boards, literally at like Starbucks or whatever. And then I would cold call those people like, hey, Sarah, you are highly recommended to me. That's crazy. Doing a PBR, a private business reception at 6:30, hour and a half away from my home, 6:30 at night. And then another one at 8:30. That was like an hour west of the first meeting. I did this every night for 5 years, burnt myself out. And got to that point where I just had such bad MLM PTSD that I'm like, I'm either quitting network marketing or I'm going to figure out a way to do it from home. And from home ended up being online, and online ended up being social media, specifically Facebook. I love me some Facebook, but I can also tell you that there's a lot of other amazing platforms. So whether it's TikTok, Instagram, how many of you saw that interview with Kayla Betts where she is just killing it with TikTok, absolutely killing it. But then I'll have someone else on here that's, they're all about Instagram. You just have to figure out what platform works for you. But here's what you need to do. If you want to get to six figures, this is the path that all of us should take. And this is the path that I love because I did it the old school way. Recruiting recruiters to recruit recruiters. Our product is the comp plan. It's all about get in early, get in now, and like, I'll place people under you. Or the fact is, recruiting is the number one skill set. What do you guys think the skill to develop is before recruiting? Product sales. If you can't sell a product, if you can't get a customer, you ain't got no business recruiting. Should you lean into the recruiting conversation? Should you lead with the business proposition? Sure. I love recruiting. A lot of my conversations start off with business, but I've been doing this 22 years. I've been with the same company for over 8 years. So it's a different deal for me, right? I have a lot more influence. Now, in the beginning, I didn't. In the beginning, I was broke, busted, and disgusted. No background in business, no business being in business. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I did was recruit. The problem was when we would recruit someone that could not recruit, they quit. That kind of sucks that, like, if you're not a recruiter, you can't win in network marketing. Let me ask you a question. How many of you are in real estate or insurance sales or car sales or solar sales or any type of sales? Did you have to recruit people to make money? Did you have to enroll other people in order for you to move up, rank up, bank up? No. It's kind of weird that in network marketing, that seems to be the thing. And I will tell you, decades ago, that wasn't the thing. It was all about retailing the product. So the truth is, nowadays, you have a lot more companies that are creating better products. And, there's more science and there's more legitimacy and efficacy, and all that's important. But, you got to have that as a part of your training. And I think that's why a lot of people struggle to get to six figures or even five figures, or for some of you, even a check with a comma, 4 figures, because you can't sell a damn product. You have to learn to sell. John, I don't like to sell. I'm convinced. I believe you. Like, you sold me. You see, everything is selling. And I know some people get annoyed by this, like, oh, that's just cringy. That's not selling. But it's persuasion. You're trying to persuade me or get me to agree with you, or you're trying to convince me of something. Like, all of us can sell something if we're convinced, if we have belief. And this is why for some of you, you need to build up your product belief. If you don't believe in your product, you don't believe in what you're doing, that's part of the reason you suck at selling. Now, some of you might suck at it because you're like an infomercial, right? You have commission breath and it stinks. But you need to develop this skill. I would get every book and I would be downloading podcasts. I'd be downloading books on Audible. You guys know the app Audible. I'd be listening to everything I get my hands on. Here's what I'd also do if I were you. I'd be following all the top people. If I were you and in your company, there's what's called a leaderboard. You can look at a leaderboard and go, who are the top sellers? Follow those people. How are they posting on social? How are they marketing themselves? How are they promoting the product? Are they taking their products every morning and recording it in their story? You should probably do that too. Are they going live and providing value and creating their own Facebook community and a free offer and, creating like an opt-in? Are they capturing leads on Project Broadcast? How are they doing their follow-ups? Like all of this stuff, you have to develop that skill. Now, I'm not saying you got to do the advanced strategies. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew, but at least go get your first, 3 to 5 customers. Because if you can get some customers, then when you do start recruiting and you develop that second skill set, well, now you can teach them how to get customers. You can teach them how to start posting. You can teach them how to start marketing because you're literally doing it. You're not telling them what to do. You're showing them what to do. Here's exactly what I say. Here's exactly what I do. Here's how I show up. This is how you build up a 6-figure income. Because the truth is, if you can sell, then when you do recruit, you can teach your recruits how to sell. It takes time. It takes time to get good at anything, right? Follow-ups, recruiting, onboarding, selling, marketing. These are all skills, but none of this is rocket science. Thank God. I dropped out of community college. All of you can build a 6-figure income. Some of you don't even know how big your team needs to be or how big your volume or business needs to be to make 6 figures. You don't even know your comp plan. You should know this. But if you only have 2 people on your team and you go, I want to make 6 figures, what do you need to do? Go get 98 people. Now you might say, oh my gosh, 98 people is a big number. It's really not. Because there's 7 billion on the planet. To find 98 that want to make extra money is not that tough, actually. Are there people joining your company every single day? Like my team enrolled like 300 or 400 people last month. So I can tell you, there's people joining my team and my company every single day. There's people joining your company every single day. It's either you're getting to those people or someone else is getting to them. You might say, yeah, but people say no to me. They say no to me too. So you want to get good at the marketing and the prospecting. You want to get good at the connections, right? Having those conversations. You want to get good at ATM. Some people are like, I don't even know what ATM is. You should probably learn. You should probably reach out, find out like, hey, how do we expose people to the products or opportunity? What groups do I add people in? What are the best videos to tag them in? Like, this is not complicated stuff. I get people like, I don't know how to add someone to a group. I go, I bet you could learn it. I bet you could.